right, let's talk about more government interference, this time with what you can view, at least for free. The Victorian government is going to put a tax on tourists going to view the 12 Apostles off the coastline of Victoria. 2 million visitors a year are go to see the 12 Apostles in Victoria. But here's the Tourism Minister announcing that it will now be taxed. They haven't determined an amount yet, but as of later this year, they will be charging people a fee.
For years, locals along the Great Ocean Road have been calling for the millions of visitors that go through that beautiful part of Victoria to make a contribution. And the government has now decided that that's a fair and reasonable thing to do. We want to make sure the Great Ocean Road is there for the next 100 years. We cannot be the generation that lets it fall away.
What I love about that is the Victorian government minister says, for years, the people have been calling for a tax and we've decided, yeah, we think a tax would be fair and reasonable. What a way to sell a government tax. This has got nothing to do with people saying, hey, we need a tax to make sure the road is kept up to speed. This is the Victorian government who have hopelessly mismanaged finances, looking for another way to squeeze another drop out of Victorians. I mean, this is the government that put a tax on, that doubled the tax on owning a dog or a cat. This is a government that now has a debt of, what is it, $160 billion now in Victoria. And this is wrong, that they would charge you money to view a natural rock formation.
Yeah, a few points on this. Firstly, this is the treaty in action. I mean, we've been warning about this for a long time once Victoria introduced this treaty, because you don't have to pay a fee if you are a traditional owner. OK, so here we go. We're actually already seeing Victoria dividing people by the colour of our skin. You know, what's next? Reparations. Secondly, Victoria is using this by stealth, because Jacinta Allen came out and she said, oh, we're going to use this money to help repair the local infrastructure. We're going to use it for environmental conservation. Right. When the Victorian debt pile has reached now $10 billion, would you believe, in the past 6 months alone. Government spending is out of control. We've got levies here and there, the emergency services levy, the COVID debt levy. So, of course, this is a very sneaky way to say, we're just going to charge you a fee. It's going to help weasel down our government spending, but we'll claim that we're going to put it towards the environment and to prop up the local area. And three, we live in beautiful Australia. We have so many natural wonders. We have the best coastline, I think, in the world, natural beauty. You're actually going to charge people to have a look at it, just to stand and observe? Seriously. Like, I have been to the Apostles before. I wouldn't go again. I mean, it was nice, but I wouldn't go again. So if you're going to, to charge to pay, why would you bother?
Well, I mean, it's just because the joint's flat broke, basically. I don't mind user pays models as a rule, but if you're going to bring in user-paid models for certain things, you should also be removing taxes elsewhere, because you're just shifting where you get the revenue from. You're saying, we will take the money from the direct user of the service or whatever it is, and we will put that money directly into that service, instead of taxing someone at one point, putting it all into a big pot of money and then distributing it out. No issue with that, as long as you stop collecting the broader taxes at the other point where it ends up in the big pot, because you're just double dipping now, essentially. You're saying we'll tax you, plus we want you to pay extra if you want to go and look at the 12 Apostles. I mean, next thing they'll be turning the Great Ocean Road into a toll road, for heaven's sake. So if you want to drive on one of the most iconic routes in this country, you'll have to pay a fee in order to do it.